If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
Welcome to the Hampton Road Show. Everything just ducky this morning with our live audience. We're here to tell us about the Chesapeake Rubber Duck Race this weekend and how you can get in on the fantastic fun.
And Chef Bob Hirasawa from Farm Fresh is in the kitchen. He's going to make a delicious bacon wrapped pork tenderloin with an apple port wine sauce for us this morning. But it's Chef Bob, so you know that's not all he's going to cook up for us today.
And Chris Reckling is more than our new co-host. He's a local through and through. We're going to learn a lot more about him in today's I Am Hampton Roads.
Plus, we're talking reduce, reuse, and declutter and organize in ways. Amy Vogt shows us how that concept comes together to simplify your life. And I guess the minute I start talking, I'm busted.
Your voice is gone.
Out
Did it
late
Did you
at
lose
a party.
it last night?
Hey. School night.
Yes, you were out and you were paying the price.
I'm paying the price.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. This is the We Promise Foundation's gala that they do every year, Diamonds in the Sky. We Promise Foundation is the charitable arm of Chartway Federal Credit Union, and a lot of businesses come together. You see the most philanthropic people in the area come to this event every night to give thousands for charities like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and Toby's Dream, all those kinds of organizations that take children with life-threatening illnesses or just incredible hardships and give them a break and give their families a break by giving them that special trip, or if there's a celebrity that they want to meet, you know, they make it happen for these kids. Terry Polo, who you guys probably know, from the Meet the Focker franchises.
Yeah.
She was Pamela Martha Focker. She's come from the West Coast 3 years in a row. I mean, she just donates her time to be here, to be the real celebrity MC. She's just a cool chick. I really enjoy
her in person, and she's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She is a beautiful woman, and she loves the We Promise Foundation.
She does. She actually won an award this year, a Woman of Distinction Award, just for her work that she does with the We Promise Foundation. So it's great to see her, every year, and the kids just light up when she comes, and she gets down on the floor and plays with them. I mean, she just doesn't have any kind of, she doesn't see herself as the superstar that she is. So thank you to everybody who came out last night, because it was great. It was a wonderful event.
I think you need to rest your voice. You did a great job last night. You look beautiful, by the way.
Throat lozenges?
Yeah, we need to help you out. So we're going to talk a little hot topics, and we got a pretty hot one today. Pat Robertson, once again, is in the news from the 700 Club. Yesterday, he said that divorcing a spouse with Alzheimer's disease is justifiable because the disease is kind of a death. During the portion of the show where people say, he takes questions. He said, one of his questions was that a friend's wife was suffering from this incurable neurological disorder, and the question was posed near the end, and he said, well, it sounds cruel, but it's kind of a death, so I think it's okay to divorce her if the spouse has, medical care and has someone taking care of them. Bit of a surprise that Pat Robertson would say that, knowing that your marriage vow says in sickness and in health.
Right.
One of my best friends' father had Alzheimer's, and I watched him watch the care that he was given by his wife, and she took care of him the whole way through, and it was awful to see. However, she stuck by him, and in no way did she ever think of divorcing him.
Yeah, I mean, that's devotion, and I think Alzheimer's is the medical profession certainly knows a lot more about it and is learning more, but it is a very mysterious condition, and just because someone may appear to not know who's around, I don't think we'll ever know what's happening in in somebody's spirit, even when physically, it's easy to say, well, they don't even know who I am. I don't think you ever really know for sure.
It's a bit of
that it wouldn't hurt them.
It's a bit of a surprise that a religious person would say it's okay to divorce, especially when somebody is still there with you.
I was saying here from Pat Robertson, the 700 Club is known, but also just to play devil's advocate, I mean, I don't think he should be the one to give that decision. I think, if you're in a relationship or a marriage, that's an individual decision, because there's people out there that unless you've maybe gone through it or lived through it with someone who has that, it's really hard to tell what to do and how that person should feel.
But it's not their fault. I mean,
it's not their fault, and I don't think divorce them and it'll be okay. But
I've heard them take calls and recommend somebody stay with a cheater.
Yeah.
Stay with somebody who cheats on you, but leave somebody who just got sick.
So what would you do? Would you divorce your spouse? Would you stick by them? We want to know.
Okay, and we won't reveal your name. You can use another name. You can be Wilhelmina today, and we won't.
But of course, our second hot topic, September is Hunger Action Month, and if you've been watching the Hampton Road Show, we've been touching on just ways that you can help people fight hunger, ways that you can have the organizations help fight hunger. We've had the food bank on. I've been out at the food bank. And so this is a simple question. We just want to know, what do you think needs to be done to help fight hunger? I know you mentioned the other day that you had donated to the website. Very easy.
It's really
we had
easy.
Lori Clayton on the other day, our coupon consultant, just talking about, you know, when you're at the grocery store and you're shopping for the non-perishables and cutting coupons, you know, maybe this month or any month for that, just kind of maybe take the time to buy maybe one non-perishable item and donate it to the food bank, because you don't know what a difference
Go out
it
of
can
your
make.
way for a food drive. Give a little something to help somebody else out.
Because how many times are you cleaning out your pantry and you have all of these cans sitting on the on the counter, and rather than throw them out, if they're expired, throw them out.
Yeah.
But, you know, you could possibly give that to a food bank and help.
So what can you do to help us out? What can you do to help people who are
What have
hungry
you
out?
done? What have you done for the food bank lately? What have you done?
That could be a song.
Don't say nothing. And if it is nothing, we've got great ideas for something very easy to do.
You know, I kind of like your voice like this, kind of smoky.
You think
Can you
so?
sing for
It's
us
the
later?
sultry.
Right. Maybe.
Let us know your comments on that. What do you think of Carrie's voice?
Her new
You
sound.
like her
I'm
new
just
voice?
busted. I'm just busted that I partied on a school night for a great
Hey,
cause.
join us in the conversation on Facebook page or follow us on Twitter at HR_show. And joining us now is the big part of the show. Jeremy Wheeler is here.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you this
Yeah,
morning?
doing pretty good, doing pretty good.
I
Sorry
didn't
about
even
your
come to
voice.
work at 5 a.m. That's
Yeah.
how bad I am.
That's all right. You know, I've been there before. I mean, I've lost
Yeah.
my voice plenty of times, and so I
Do you
understand.
sound like that, though? Do you sound...
I'm a lot worse.
a lot worse?
To stop talking.
I sound like I'm croaking, I think, when I'm, you know, doing my, not like dying croaking, but like, you know, frog type croaking. So
Thank you for
Can you give
clearing
us
that
an
up.
example? Can you do the weather for us with that voice?
I know I can't do that.
Okay, that's good enough.
So, yeah.
That is good enough, Jeremy.
I can do it again. No, just kidding. Let's get on to the more serious subject of weather, and then we'll get on to the less serious subject of pop quiz. Let's take a look at it. Today we got temperatures in the upper 80s. We are going to see a few showered storms later today. I'm thinking mostly towards the evening when a cold front comes through. When that front comes through, those winds are really going to pick up out of the northwest. They're going to be rather strong. Any kids out there playing, you know, I guess Cheryl, you know, mentioned that she's got some kids playing baseball out there. So if that's the case,
We got soccer
or
practice
soccer,
tonight.
you know, you could be a little bit wet. Tomorrow, temperatures in the upper 60s, a few spotty showers, and then upper 60s on Saturday for high. So we got some really cool weather moving through for Friday and Saturday, and even Sunday, lower 70s, and a few showers there as well. All right, so going to be a little bit wet this weekend, but definitely cool. Here we go with the pop quiz. All about the sea is the first clue. Big boat neighbor, a Volkswagen, a crab, and a huge sphere, and opened in 1994. So kind of odd clues there, but you can put them together and figure that one out.
Okay.
You're teasing us this morning.
A little bit.
All right, the winner gets 4 passes to see Brad Pitt in the new film Moneyball. You can see it this Tuesday before it hits theaters September 23rd.
Yeah, it looks really good, too.
Yeah, Cookie said it was awesome.
Oh, yeah?
Every
All
baseball
right.
movie is good as far as I'm concerned.
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to Ariel.
All right, guys, we were happy to have Chef Bob Hirasawa in the kitchen with us this morning from Farm Fresh. Welcome back to the Hampton Road
thank you.
Show.
It's
Glad
great
to
to be
have
back.
you here. And of course, tell us what we're going to be making. I know one ingredient it involves bacon, but it's a pork tenderloin, huh?
Yeah, doing a bacon wrapped pork tenderloin.
Okay.
So a little pork on pork, you know, type action. And we're going to kind of do a little pan sauce with that. It's going to be a port wine and a little apple sauce. And it just kind of adds, apple and pork kind of always seems to go together. And then we also have some, it's been a great season for peaches.
Oh, yes.
We're going to highlight some, we're going to do a peach cobbler, a real quick and easy
Okay.
peach cobbler that we're going to deal
See,
with.
Chef Bob, anyone who knows him, he can't just bring one dish, and we are okay with that. So you brought the peach cobbler. So
Peach
when we come
cobbler.
back in our kitchen segment, we're going to get started on our ingredients
Yeah.
and get the pork
We're
tenderloin
real
going.
busy in that first segment.
All right, all
Roll
right.
up your sleeves.
Let's send it over to the couch, guys.
Are you going to keep your bum in the sky?
Ah, look at Fluffy. This looks so much like my dog. It's amazing. My
But
dog, his name's Max, a little bit longer hair.
could
But
be.
this is Fluffy.
Well, Fluffy's hair probably will get longer. When she was found, she had spent most of her life just outside.
This-
So they, you know, she was all tangled, and so the best thing to do is just kind of give her a nice big haircut so she can start over. But she's very soft. She's only 6 years old. She's got plenty of life left. She's a cuddly little, maybe it's a he.
Fluffy
It is a he.
Fluffy's a he.
6 years old.
You know how
But
I
you know
know?
these little dogs.
I'm sorry.
I saw it in the teleprompter personally.
Yes.
I don't know how you know.
This is, you can tell, this is a sweet dog that just wants to be around
He just
you.
wants to
And
curl.
my dog follows me everywhere. And this is My dog's name is Max and looks just like Fluffy, and that is a happy, comfortable dog.
Like getting your NPR voice on.
Well, your NPR voice sounds like Demi Moore. A little darker hair, and you're Demi.
Wow, if it was that easy, I swear.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you can adopt Fluffy. Do we have the phone number? Let's go.
Yes,
All
we
right,
do.
491-4609, or you can log on to hopeforliferescue.com if you want to adopt Fluffy. And we're going to continue to visit with Fluffy throughout the show. And of course, because Fluffy's up for adoption means he's had all his medical care and his vaccinations.
All the
He is
vaccines.
ready to go.
Loving that.
All right, still ahead on the Hampton Roads Show. We're going to see a different side of this guy here in this week's I Am Hampton Roads. Coming up, hear what Chris hopes to bring to our little show.
Oh my, look at that stuff. Oh no.
Welcome back to the Hampton Roads Show. Back in the kitchen with Chef Bob Hirasawa from Farm Fresh, and we told you just before the break that we were making a bacon-wrapped pork tenderloin, and of course you can't just bring one dish, the peach cobbler.
The peach cobbler, and that's gonna. We'll finish that off. But first off, I guess the star of it's gonna be the bacon wrapped pork tenderloin.
We have all our ingredients out here. What you got?
Do. Basically, I've got a pork tenderloin, and they usually come in 2 packs at Farm Fresh, for you. And got 2 of them there. Got the bacon, and then basically we're going to season with salt and pepper, a little garlic powder, and then we're going to make the sauce up, a little later, and that's going to be with the apples and applesauce and all that.
Kind of give it a little kick.
But right now we're going to go ahead, a little bit of sauce to go along with it, get some flavor. But we have the pork tenderloin, and what I did on here, sometimes you'll see there's a little bit of silver skin. I took that off, okay?
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I've cooked it with it on there, and it really doesn't hinder it too much.
Okay.
But we're just going to go ahead and wrap it like I did here.
Wow.
And I'll get you started here.
Just show me a test run, and then
I would just usually kind of lay it down here.
It just seems, everything is better with bacon. You do a lot of dishes with bacon.
Well, I know that the buzzers really like it, so, we got to play to the audience.
Yes.
So, but yeah, just try to, we know how popular that is.
Get it going.
Okay.
All right.
And then what we're doing there, and I'm going to reach over, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and season that first.
Oh, do I need to season it first?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my fault.
Salt, pepper?
Just a little pinch of salt,
Okay.
little pepper.
Pinch of salt. Is there a thing as over-seasoning this? Don't want to roll it around? Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to do too much because, really, it's just to help enhance the flavors to come out.
Okay. Salt and pepper and garlic?
Garlic.
Okay. All right.
There we go.
And you could probably bacon wrap any type of meat,
Absolutely.
right?
Like I said, everything goes better with bacon.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go ahead and just brown it off a little bit.
Okay.
What all that does is makes the bacon tighten up and kind of hold to it.
Okay.
And then we're going to throw it in the oven for about 20 minutes, 350.
Okay.
And I'm going to jump over to the peach cobbler.
All right.
And on that one, it's a real simple recipe.
Yeah.
I heated the pan with some butter in it. Threw it in the oven, okay? It's already preheated there.
It's already hot.
Yeah, it is hot. And self-rising flour,
Okay.
a little sugar, and milk. And the self-rising flour has a little bit of salt in there, along with the baking soda.
You said the flour does?
The flour,
Okay.
the self-rising flour.
All right.
That's kind of a key. You can always make your own and add baking powder, baking soda, and salt to it if you want to.
Aha.
And I'm just going to mix this up till where we get most of the lumps out. It doesn't have to be completely, kind of like a pancake batter.
Okay.
And I'm just whipping that up.
Got to use a whisk for that.
Right.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to go ahead and pour that into the pan.
So you pour that in the hot pan? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Usually you just mix it, pour it in, then bake it.
And ideally, if you have it, you just when it hits that pan, everything's hot in there. It kind of starts bubbling up. And then we're just going to take the peaches. These peaches,
great. What are those soaked in?
Well, what I did was I just basically peeled them, sliced them, put a little bit of sugar on them, and let them marinate in that.
Oh, so they've been. Oh, okay. And that you got all that juice from that?
It comes out of it, yeah.
Okay.
And then I was going to simply spoon the peaches in the center.
Oh, so you don't put it in the back? Oh.
No.
What is the secret to a good peach cobbler? Hence peaches, then.
Fresh peaches.
Okay.
Yeah. And and the amount of sugar you add. Sometimes it's not always that more is the better. Sometimes your peaches are very sweet. You just kind of adjust your sugars to that.
Meanwhile, my bacon wrapped pork tenderloin is not as fancy as yours.
That's going to be fine.
But I'm just getting the bacon on it. That's all that we're worried about. So, is that going to go in the oven?
That's going to go in the oven.
Okay.
I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon on top.
All right.
Just sprinkle a little bit across. And then we're just going to throw it in the oven. 350 for about 40 minutes.
Okay. All right. Well, we are out of time for this segment. I'm going to continue to wrap this up, literally. And when we come back, we'll check on our bacon wrapped pork tenderloin and the peach cobbler. Chef Bob, thanks.
You're welcome.
I can smell that pork cooking, and what a perfect compliment. Uh-oh, the bacon. We see the bacon. Okay, time to check in with the buzz. This morning, people are talking. They always are. And we got a big controversial, topic this morning.
Yeah.
Pat Robertson is in the news again for something that he said. He said that he thinks that it's okay to divorce a spouse who is suffering from Alzheimer's disease. He says it's kind of a death, so it is okay to divorce your spouse. Kind of a harsh stance. A lot of people aren't agreeing with Pat Robertson this morning. So this is what Becky says. Well, when did Pat Robertson become the one to decide what is right and what is wrong? I don't believe he is right. Mike says most of the people who get Alzheimer's are the older adults. Divorce would be inconsequential and probably take more time than the disease to run its course.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Mike's taking a different stance on it. And Louisa says, who does he think he is? As a side note, having grandparents with Alzheimer's, I have to say the love and support of the family was one of the most important things when caring for them as it progressed. If anything, the family and friends are needed more than ever when dealing with the disease. Either way, he is way, way beyond his authority with this statement. Kind of controversial statements from Pat Robertson, and you have definitely chimed in.
Not the first time Pat Robertson has
No,
made
it is
a controversial statement, that's for sure. He certainly has his supporters, though, that's for sure, too.
And we're talking hunger, too.
Yeah, we are, and what can we do to fight hunger? Mike Barnett says the United States needs to help take care of some of its own instead of the rest of the world. That's kind of the age-old argument there of, charity starting at home, and maybe more things are happening here in the U.S. than folks realize. Louisa says more donations and less waste, especially from restaurants, schools, and other public places. That's a good point, too. Maybe something you can do is volunteer to drive leftovers from some places over to a food bank, because that's something that gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, we hate to see the waste.
Yeah, keep those comments coming.
All right, from cleats to the kitchen, our new co-host, Chris Reckling, has spent the majority of his career behind the news desk, or sports desk rather. This morning we wanted to show you a very different side of him. Check out his story in this morning's I Am Hampton Roads.
Well, you want to know when it all began for me at Wavy? Well, it began as an intern back in 1986 after I graduated from Virginia Tech. I came to Wavy in the sports department, learned how to shoot and edit and report, and took my experience to Wilmington, North Carolina. Worked down there for a couple of years, learned how to shoot and edit and report and anchor, and after a couple of years in Wilmington, came back to Wavy in 1989 as a photographer, and been here ever since. One thing that really stands out as my first interview, it was with the King, Richard Petty, the all-time winningest NASCAR driver. I got a call when I was in Wilmington that he would be at the Battleship, North Carolina, doing a photo shoot. So I went down there, and there he was, all by himself with his car. So me and the King, Richard Petty, all alone for about an hour. I thought that was really neat. I like all sports. I like it all. I mean, I like soccer, I like football, I like basketball, I like field hockey, surfing, golf, you name it. But my teams that I really like are the Redskins and the Hokies, because I played football and baseball at Virginia Tech. I grew up enjoying and loving watching the Redskins play. So I'm all about the Redskins and the Hokies. So there's two teams that really stand out for me. I picked up a surfboard when I was 12 years old out of the trash and took it out in the water, and from that day I was hooked. And I've been surfing my whole life, and I've traveled all around the world surfing, in Mexico, in Central America, Panama, Hawaii, Barbados, Dominican Republic, you name it, East Coast, West Coast. I'm always looking forward to the next time I get to paddle out. Been married to my lovely wife Kathy for 15 years. I have two boys, Cameron's 13 and Casey is 11. They both go to Independence Middle School. They both play a lot of baseball, and I'm actually coaching them this fall. And they're wonderful kids, and I've got a great wife, and life is good in the Reckling household. Usually I come in the door around 1 a.m., so they're asleep. But now, because I'm on the Hampton Roads show, I'm going to be coming home and when they get home from school. And that's going to be a big change for the Reckling household, because they've always known Dad as somebody who went to work at night and weekends. So, I mean, it's been an honor and a privilege, and it's been really cool to be able to cover sports in Hampton Roads all these years. But this is such a neat challenge to be on such a cool show, and you know, all the variety that we get to touch on. I'm really excited about that. What I like about the Hampton Roads Show is all the free food that we get at the end. I mean, with all this great, I really think that's the big perk that we're all here for. Other than that, getting to know my co-hosts, I think that's going to be really cool. And meeting all the other people in Hampton Roads, all the chefs and all the people that come through the door, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. It's called the Hampton Roads Show. I was born in Norfolk, grew up in Virginia Beach. I graduated from Princess Anne High School. I went to Virginia Tech. In my career, I've been a bouncer. I've been a pizza chef at Chicho's. I was a lifeguard on the beach for 3 years. I was a full-time substitute PE teacher at Princess Anne High School. I've bounced around. I know all the key people in this area in sports. I know a bunch of people outside of sports. So I'm going to bet everybody in Hampton Roads. It's called the Hampton Roads Show, and I'm from Hampton Roads. My name is Chris Reckling, and I am Hampton Roads.
That's great.
How about the old Chris Reckling back in the day?
I know. Well, none of us would like to see those photos.
Yeah, that is comedy, seeing that, because I stunk back then.
I said that video is going to resurface at some point, like your birthday or something like that. But we're glad to have you on board.
It's my pleasure.
Absolutely. It's cool. All right, still ahead on the Hampton Road Show. The outlook is very bright for Virginia's future college students. And a brand new report, SAT scores above the national average in all 3 categories this year. Coming up, we're talking live with the folks from the College Board about scores, studying, and more.
And don't forget our pop quiz. You could win a 4-pack of passes to an advanced screening of Moneyball starring Brad Pitt in the theaters September 23rd. Just log on to HamptonRoadsShow.com and click on the pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. When does it start? This weekend, I take it?
This weekend
You can
to the public.
get Ricky's like right now. He's on 6 after him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Welcome back. If you're in the market for a new home or some great home building ideas, check out the Peninsula Housing and Builders Association Parade of Homes kicking off this weekend at Hampton's Buckrow Bayfront. Here to tell us more about the event and who's involved is Ricky Edgerton of Edgerton Contracting Building of the Charity House. Ricky, could you tell us about the Parade of Homes? Talk to us about it.
Yes, it's a project that we're doing down in the city of Hampton, Buckrow Bayfront. It's a all green product. The whole subdivision has to be either Earthcraft or the NHBA Green Build Program. We are building 7 single-family homes and 2 multi-family homes, and it's kicking off this weekend, and we're looking forward to it.
From what I understand, these are quality homes. They're beautiful with some great amenities. Talk about some of the things that some of the people come out there will be able to see.
They'll be able to see a lot of the development of the Earthcraft or the energy efficient Energy Star. We're building tight homes, and they're smaller homes this year than we've done in the previous parade of homes. We've got a lot of the energy efficient where we can guarantee energy bills to be a certain price range point for the homeowners if they so desire to do that.
When did you guys get started on this development, and how long did it take to complete?
We've been working on the development for about 2 years now. The process has taken probably 4 years. We've had to reschedule the parade a couple of times too, so with the incident with the planning department, the city of Hampton, and some of the citizens that have not really been in favor of it, but I think they're now turning around and really seeing the benefit of what we're doing to revitalize Buckrow.
And I know, Ricky, one of your developers is a Hall of Famer. His name is Bruce Smith. Everyone's heard of him. He's involved with this event, and yesterday Bruce Smith gave us a few thoughts on what his deal with this event is.
we have created a unique set of homes that we've built in the city of Buckrow. What we're trying to accomplish is we're trying to create jobs, put these homes on the tax revenue basis for the city of Hampton, and be a part of the revitalization of Buckrow Beach.
The Parade of Homes will go through September 17th, start September 17th through October 2nd at Buckrow Bayfront, 595-1600. Ricky Edgerton, thank you so much for joining us today, and best of luck this weekend in Hampton.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Chris.
Yep.
All right, when we come back, our organizing whiz, Amy Volk, she's right there. She's going to show us how you can declutter and recycle old items at the same time with just some clever repurposing. All right, we're back on the Hampton Roadshow. Time to organize your life. Our decluttering expert, Amy Volk, joined us. Today she's got 7 items that you can reuse and repurpose to get you organized and cut down clutter.
Yes.
You had me at hello. When you say cut down clutter, I'm so ready to listen and learn.
Yeah, everyone's over all the stuff everywhere. I'm going to go fast because I have 7 things that I want to get to. These are things that you probably have sitting around your house that you're like going to donate or throw out. And so I love doing this because we're going to repurpose a lot of things. Number one thing I love, 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 this is a muffin tray. And I love this one.
It's great.
It's tiny and it's shallow, but it's great for all this little stuff like buttons or money, paper clips. It's great in a desk drawer. It's great for little earrings.
Yep.
Little hair bows, things like that. So a muffin tray, use it to organize
Yeah, and I mean,
any drawer.
and if you're thinking, well, wait a minute, I thought the idea is declutter. Amy's saying, open the drawer where all this stuff is hanging around loose
Yes.
right now. Put it in the drawer. Close it.
Then you can find stuff.
Beautiful.
When you open it, you can
I know.
actually see the stuff.
I like the jewelry idea.
And I have other uses for that, but that's my number one
Okay.
use. Cords are everywhere these days, and this seems a little bit like, what in the world are you doing with that? But take a paper towel roll, you can wrap it in fun duct tape, you can paint it, and then stick your cords through it, and it just contains them.
So only the part you need just sticks out of the very
Exactly. The reason I have this in here is because this paper towel holder also works great if you want to shove plastic bags through it, and then you can pull them out one by one.
I love that
So
too.
without having to go buy stuff, you have this kind of stuff sitting around your house.
Yeah, you could stick a couple of those inside a cabinet door.
Yeah, really, really easily. This I love. This is a plastic dish tray or dish drying rack.
Yep.
And what I've done here is made a craft station. You could also do a homework station, but what I love is that your kids could set this at the kitchen table and make a mess out of it, and you can rinse it out then. Just stack your coloring books, anything like that, and on the
Yeah.
side, where you would put silverware,
Yeah.
put your craft stuff.
That's
Isn't that
great.
fun?
Yes, that's
Wine
great.
rack. A lot of people have them. Maybe you've never used them. It's great to hold magazines. It's also great on a desktop to sort different, maybe you're working on different projects.
Or even like the weekdays mail.
Yes.
You know, what came what day.
It's also great if you want to put it with the craft station to have different kinds of paper, construction paper, notebook paper rolled up in there, and the kids can pull from that. A wine rack,
That's awesome.
isn't that great?
Yes.
This is a napkin holder. You can use any kind of napkin
Yeah.
holder, but I like using it for bills.
Okay.
You could also take folders on your desk. So just be creative. It doesn't have to be a file folder. This
Right.
is just a napkin holder. So repurpose that in your house. This is a cute idea. This is a CD disc jewel case.
Yeah.
This is a cute idea to put a recipe in here so when you're cooking, you're not splattering. Or when you're splattering, it doesn't get on the recipe. But also, it's cute for a place card holder. If you're doing a little dinner party, you could set this at each person.
that's very
Isn't that
cute.
cute?
Yes.
You could put their name on it and use all of that. Now, you know I love plastic baggies.
Yes.
So there are endless supply. I couldn't even list how many different uses for plastic baggies.
That's why we don't put you and our green alternatives on the same day.
I know.
Because you
hate me. But listen, I repurpose these, so I'll say
No, that counts. That will go a long way with Amelia.
But crayons
Yeah.
for your craft station, endless
Well, you can
supply.
see what's in there.
Yeah, and that's what's great. And a lot of people like me are visual.
Yes.
If we
Yes.
don't see it, we don't remember it.
Right. We
So-
just don't even believe in it.
It's gone. It's out of our line of vision. So look around your house and see which different things maybe I'm not using. How could I use that for things that I might
Yeah.
run out and buy?
But then if you're not going to do something like this, if you're not going to repurpose it, then get it out, right? Just
Rid of
donate it.
Just donate it. Like, don't hold on to it just because I might use it one day.
Yeah.
Worst case, I tell people, get rid of it. If you ever need that thing again, you might have to go buy it.
All right. All right, thank you very much. If you want to get in touch with Amy, we will link her information to our website at thehamptonroadshow.com. I love the little mini muffins, they're cute.
All right, some great tips over there. Always love when Amy comes on. And again, welcome back. We are in the Buzz Center. Chris and I, the Rec and I.
That's
hey,
right.
good piece on that I Am Hampton Roads.
Yeah, how about that?
The
A little
old
surfing
school.
in, yeah. Old school, real old school.
Old school mustache.
Let's
yeah.
not go there.
All right. Talking about our hot topics this morning, one is starting off, as you know, September is Hunger Action Month,
Yes, it
and
is.
all month long we've been highlighting ways that you can donate or give back to your local food banks. So we were just posing the question to folks, how do you think you can help fight hunger?
What can you do to help
Yeah.
others in need?
Virginia on Facebook says, quit building roads and give the money to help get people in homes and buy groceries so they can have the willpower to go and get and keep jobs. Judy Boone also says, perhaps student, mathematicians, nutritionists, home economics, and future teachers, doctors, etc. can get together with their school key clubs at the grocery stores to teach the moms and dads some basic skills, and those be the store ambassadors to educate the public and earn points for the store to donate to the poor. She says, scoring big for the poor, just saying let's put some education to work. And she also mentioned on our Facebook page here that she has a tent at the Chesapeake Bay Art Show on October 8th and 9th. The public can bring canned goods and donations out there, and it'll go to the food bank.
That's a great point, Judy. How about this? Pat Robertson's also in the news this morning. Yesterday he said that it's okay for a spouse to divorce to their spouse if they have Alzheimer's. He says it is sort of a type of death, and of course some people have been ringing in. How about this? Shay says that it's an individual's decision. I do not feel that it is right, but I can understand why he would say that. I've seen so many husbands, wives stand by their loved ones suffering from Alzheimer's and seen the pain they go through when their spouse doesn't even know who they are day to day. However, some other comments. Robert, it is time for Mr. Robertson to retire from in front of the camera. And Bunny, I'm just amazed at when he says things. He's so confident that he's right. I don't agree with this bad choice of words here at all, that you should not.
Yeah, but you know, the
divorce your
great thing
spouse.
about when we pose these hot topics, our viewers just go, and it's a healthy debate. I mean, this
Yes.
hot topic here, we could just keep scrolling and the comments are going, and then people just start to dialogue back and forth with each other. So it's a tough topic, but you know.
Thanks for ringing in. Appreciate it.
Definitely. Congratulations to Virginia's high schoolers because they performed above the national average in the SATs. Coming up next, we're going to take a look at what those scores are and how you can get ready if you are taking the test.
And Chef Bob Hirasawa is busy here in the kitchen. In just a moment, we'll finish up our bacon-wrapped pork tenderloin and fresh peach cobbler. And remember, you can adopt our pet pal of the week. This is Fluffy from Hope for Life Animal Rescue at
I'm not
Virginia
Fluffy.
Beach. This is not Fluffy, but we'll show you Fluffy. You can adopt Fluffy 491-4609 or log on to hopeforliferescue.com to find out how you can take Fluffy home with you, but not Ariana.
Not Ariana. No, no, no.
You can have Ariana. Welcome back to the Hampton Roads Show. A college education is more important than ever. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, a college graduate can earn nearly double the annual salary of someone with a high school diploma. The first steps on the road to academia begins in high school and the dreaded SAT, but a good score can open a lot of doors. In 2011, Virginia students performed above the national average in all 3 SAT categories, reading, writing, and math, and these scores are an improvement from the previous year. Joining us now from New York City with more on those scores and what they mean is James Montoya, Vice President for Higher Education at the College Board. James, welcome to the show, and I got to admit, talking SATs right now makes me nervous.
It makes me nervous as well, so there you go. But I will tell you, the SAT continues to open doors for so many students throughout this country, and it's so wonderful for me to see that the participation rate in Virginia is so high. Not only do students do well, but there are many students who are taking the SAT and are thinking about college.
James, what percentage of SAT takers in the class of 2011 are college ready?
Based on the SAT benchmark for college readiness, that number is 43%. So that speaks to the fact that not only do we need more students thinking about college, but more important, we need more students taking the rigorous coursework that will prepare them to be college ready.
Now, what the SAT measures, why should students take the test, and how do colleges use that, James?
Well, the test measures 3 areas: reading, writing, and math, which of course are equated to college success. So the most important reason that a student should take the SAT is that it opens up opportunity related to colleges throughout the country. Colleges use SATs to reach out to students, and they also use the SAT to assess a student's ability to make sure that the student is a good match for the university, and the student can also use the SAT score to make certain that the university is a good match for him or her.
How can the SAT help students access scholarships? I know if you do really well, colleges are looking. They see that. They might want to give you some money.
Well, finances are really on the minds of students and parents, and as we know, college is a major investment for a family. The SAT does open doors in regard to scholarship programs, and I always encourage students and families to go to the College Board website, collegeboard.org, where they will have access to wonderful information on scholarship programs, many of which use the SAT as a part of the selection process.
James Montoya, Vice President for Higher Education at the College Board. Thanks so much for talking about this subject. I got to admit, taking the SATs was very nervous and nerve-wracking back in the day. I do remember that much.
Well, it's a pleasure being with you, and I'm glad you're over that nervousness. Take care.
Thank you, James. The next SAT date is November 5th, but the registration deadline is coming up on October 7th. You can find everything you need to know about the SAT, including free practice tools, study guides, and more at collegeboard.org.
All right, no SAT worries over here. We are throwing a party in the kitchen. Let me tell you, we're here with Chef Bob Hirasawa from Farm Fresh. We're making a bacon-wrapped pork tenderloin, our peach cobbler, and then he just amazingly has sweet potatoes and snap peas and mushrooms.
We're going to round that meal all out.
Yeah,
so,
it is an entire meal here. So I'm going to help you get started on your sauce.
And the sauce. We got, we browned off that pork in here in the pan, but you have all this great flavors on the pan, so let's not waste it. We're going to throw the shallots in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and the shallots are like just a, really just a mild red onion.
Okay.
It's a little bit larger than the size of a garlic.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Apples?
Diced apples.
All of them, or just?
Go ahead. Why not?
Okay, why not?
You got a big crew here, right?
Do you hear that, folks? That is
okay. Yeah, and I always have to use a wooden spoon. So you're kind of just stirring and scraping at the same time. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Want to add a little bit of applesauce?
All right. Oh, apples and applesauce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's go.
We're just trying to get the consistency to kind of work for us there.
All right.
Okay, there you go. And getting that. Oh, let me turn this up. Lost our flame a little bit.
Oh, okay.
A little brown sugar.
All right.
And not too much, probably about a couple tablespoons or a tablespoon or so. Just kind of move it around just so it kind of works down.
Get the caramelization going.
And why don't you go ahead and throw in a little bit of wine.
Throw in a little bit of wine. All right. Port is a red.
It's a red. It's a sweet red wine. Works great with apples and a lot of red meats.
You gotta tell me when to stop.
Keep going.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're just going to let this reduce that down. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, let it reduce down just a little bit to where it kind of starts thickening up. And then we're just going to finish off with a little bit of butter.
Oh, okay. We have a little 4 cubes of butter. And what you got going over here?
This is just little snaps with some of the assorted mushrooms that we have, wild mushrooms. I kind of want to keep this kind of in the fall theme and all that. Okay. And we're going to... And so we just did that. We did sweet potatoes. We just took basic sweet potatoes, peeled them, boiled them down, add a little brown sugar, a little cinnamon. Boom, there we go.
Yum. And over there you did some sweet potatoes. That's what you just talked about. I'm so concentrated on this sauce that we're making.
And our pork is ready to come out.
So is that mine where some of the bacon fell off?
Well, I helped. When I picked it up, I did it. So
that's all right.
But then we got this coming out. We want to let that rest for just a couple minutes before
Because why don't you want to cut into the meat right when you take it out of the oven?
Basically, when you cook meat, all the meat kind of rushes to the center. I mean, all the blood and all the juices rush to the center.
Yeah.
If you cut too soon, it all just kind of flows out and it kind of just flows onto the plate and not stay on the meat. You want to let it rest so it kind of has a chance to go out to all the tissue, and then when you cut it, it still stays juicy for you.
Yum. So, and also our peach cobbler, are we done? Are we going to top anything with that?
We are.
I see some.
Yeah, I do have some fresh
Pecan.
whipped cream that we're going to do. We could do, hey, I love to do with ice cream.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah, but we're going to do some fresh whipped cream today.
Okay, yeah.
And no canned stuff here. And
Yeah.
we're going to roll with that. And hey, if you do this, you'll be a rock star.
Yeah, well, I know we are rock stars. Hey, is anything going on at Farm Fresh? Folks, we need to let them know about any specials coming up? Or?
Well, we got a new catering guide coming out from our Fresh Events catering group.
Okay.
You know, in my chef corners, I have six of those locations throughout the Hampton Roads area, and actually one in Richmond.
Oh, really?
But we
Okay.
yeah, new one up there. But we have chefs there that are waiting to take care of all of your needs.
And if folks just want to come stop by the Farm Fresh, which one are you located at? If they have questions about the dishes that you've made, how to make something?
I guess just contact me through the corporate headquarters here. But I kind of float between the different stores and try to help support them.
All right, we're going to assemble all of this, and we're going to, of course, taste it at the end of the show. Chef Bob, thanks so much.
Oh, you're
Time now to meet our audience.
It is, and this Saturday you can get the whole family together for a one-of-a-kind event, the Chesapeake Rubber Duck Race. That explains the big giant yellow duck that we have in our studio audience today. Trish O'Brien is here to tell us more about the event and the beneficiary, and I know you're with the organization CHIP.
Yes, CHIP is a nonprofit that serves low-income children in Chesapeake and Portsmouth, making sure they get a healthy start in life, and that when they go to school, they're ready to learn and succeed.
So tell me about the duck race. Is it exactly what it sounds like?
It pretty much is. The duck race, this is actually our 5th year doing the rubber duck race, and we dropped 10,000 rubber duckies into the Intercoastal Waterway in Great Bridge. They get dropped from a crane and they race down the waterway. The first duck to cross the finish line wins for whoever has that matching adoption number, 2011 Nissan Versa, thanks to the new Nissan of Chesapeake.
My goodness,
Yeah.
that's quite a prize. So
It
how
is.
can folks get a ticket to sponsor or adopt a duck?
Well, you can adopt a duck. It's only $5 to adopt a duck, or we have special flock pricing. If you want to buy a whole flock of ducks, you can get more duck for your buck that way. You can get 10 for $45. And you can call the Rubber Duck Hotline, which is our office, 543-9100, or you can visit our website at www.chesapeakeduckrace.org, and there's a list of adoption sites there. But you're also able to come out to the race, and we have great vendors, and you can adopt your ducks right there. Lots of food, music, and games for the kids. We really want to make this a fun family event for everyone.
Well, good. We appreciate that. You never run out of fun things for kids,
Right.
too. I want to recognize Councilman Hayes for being here, too. And I love the duck tie. Why would you tell folks to come on out?
Well, it's an exciting event. It's for a very wonderful cause, and so we're just excited to be in our 5th year helping out with the Rubber Duck Race, and this is an event for not only Chesapeake, but all of Hampton Roads.
All right, sounds like a really fun thing to see. All right, thanks so much.
Fun. Thank you.
Trish O'Brien from CHIP to come down. Again, if you want to get a duck in your race, if you want to have a dog in that race, so to speak, or a duck or a flock, go to www.chesapeakeduckrace.org or call the Duck Hotline, 543-9100. Thanks to you, too, for coming on in. Just makes you happy to see a big yellow duck around.
Teach me how to ducky.
She said duck. Big ducky.
Jeremy, I think you should try on that duck costume.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe.
You're smiling like, well, do we thumbs up? Just the
the
little
duck
head,
suit.
I clearly matching the ducky,
Yeah, there you go.
Highlighter, one of the two. No. It's bright, but great class.
Yeah. No, let's do the pop quiz and change
Come on in,
subject.
Gary.
The Carrie
Great format.
I'm having some
Our
difficulty.
executive producer's like, I was waiting for you to bring the dog.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, we got a cute little dog here, which is going to
Fluffy.
scoot into the shot here in a minute.
He's looking at her.
While we do that, let's take a look at the pop quiz, and we'll get to that here real quick. We'll get back to the dog here in a moment. There we go. All right. So here's the 4 clues. All about the sea, big boat neighbor, Volkswagen, a crab, and a huge sphere, and opened in 1994. So unless you've been there, you probably don't get some of these clues, but a lot of us been there. So what do you think?
I'm thinking all about ducks right now. I'm not into this one. I can't quite get it. I'm stuck on the duck.
All about the
Duck-minded.
sea,
Right.
big boat neighbor.
I'm spinning
Ducking the
wheels.
question.
That's right.
He's ducking the question.
Very ducky.
I'll give you some help. I'll give you the answer. Nauticus.
Ah, yeah. Big,
Nauticus.
huge
Yeah, you got
sphere.
the Volkswagen,
the one that's hanging inside there.
Yeah.
You know, the way it with the big missile or ballistic, whatever that is. So, yeah.
Yep.
You stumped us. You got it.
Did I stump you?
Didn't I tell you about
did.
him? He
good,
gets
yeah.
those clues going, and then
Sorry about that, guys.
how much time do you spend creating those clues? Just
Depends anywhere
curious.
from 5 minutes to an hour and a half say 2 hours.
An hour and a half to 2 hours?
Yeah, that's when I get the compass out and the slide rule, and I get the computer, and
He's like, which way is the wind
So,
blowing?
Then you are a workaholic.
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes you are.
Weatheraholic,
On
too.
occasion. On occasion.
Look how
So,
nice Fluffy is.
Yeah, how about that dog?
Oh my gosh, look at that shot. If
sweet.
that doesn't say adopt me, I don't know what does. My heart just melted.
Yeah, you can adopt Fluffy. He's from Hope for Life Animal Rescue in Virginia Beach. He's ready to go home today. Call 491-4609 or log on to hopeforliferescue.com and take him home today. Fluffy reminds me of my dog Max, and it's the best dog in the world. I'm saying this Fluffy has some Shih Tzu in him.
Just very
He is
soft and
loving
snuggly.
Carrie right now.
Supplies are limited. Operators are standing by.
That's right.
Well, when we come back, we're going to have a feast here with our bacon-wrapped pork tenderloin, each cobbler, and much more to go.
Yeah.
It's smelling good, Chef Bob.
All right.
Stay with us.
Thanks, Al.
Chef Bob, you outdid yourself this morning.
Literally a Thanksgiving feast here.
This is amazing.
We're topping it with whipped cream. What do you have, the sweet potatoes?
I do. I love the sweet potatoes. It's a good fall meal, and I mean, by Friday, we're going to be looking for this kind of thing, too, and the temperature drops to 20 degrees tonight.
Hey, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, the Edgerton Contracting Building Charity House proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club of Peninsula, Downtown Hampton Child Development Center, the Parade of Homes in Hampton this weekend. It's going to be a great thing. A lot of great homes, beautiful work out there. Get some great ideas out there. And this was a great idea, Chef Bob.
Well, thank you very much.
We appreciate it.
Now you've
What do you
completely
know?
passed the test, because you can talk with your mouth full. That's another requirement for being on this show. I'm about to do it too. Thank you very much to our studio audience from the Chesapeake Duck Race. Don't forget the Kitchen Duck. Go to that race to help the CHIP organization make sure kids have everything they need for a great school year.
And tomorrow's Live Music Friday.
Oh,
we always have
yeah.
a live band on, and maybe some funnies, and of course, more food.
All right, for more on this recipe, everything that Chef Bob made today. That is not Fluffy.
That's not Fluffy.
There's another much bigger dog here.
Look at the size of this
Hey! It's Ducky!
And you get all the info on the duck race and the recipes from Chef Bob Yourself from Farm First will be on the Hampton Road.
Wait, let me just see if I match, if the colors
Get in there.
match here.
Get
Let
in
me just
there.
see. Where'd I go? Oh! Hello. Can you teach me how to ducky? Hey! All right. Okay, just made that up. Yeah. Okay, would you like to eat some food? Can you talk? Can we? Okay. Yes.
I'd like to thank special guest Demi Moore today with that smoky voice you brought with you. You did a great job at the We Promised last night.
Thank you very much. I wish we could show you some pictures of that, but we'll try to get them posted later on. And just thank again everybody who came out, especially the kids.
Yeah.
The kids and myself, we all stayed up past our bedtime last night, which is normally 7:30.
You're a trooper.
So they rocked it out.
And
They are,
if you
though.
missed
Those kids,
finding
what
out
they
more
go through.
information about our new co-host, Chris Redmond, we're going to have that on the HamptonRoadshow.com, and check out his 1980s
1988
mustache.
look.
Oh, yeah.
A young wreck.
Yeah.
A young wreck.
And do that football pose. It's like the Heisman.
Is there a mustache in your past?
We're gonna
No,
find
I
that.
tried, but I can't. It just can't. It doesn't work.
All right, wave bye, Ducky.
There's a mustache in your face.
We'll try it again.